Greetings to the distinguished participants. Good afternoon to all of you. In fact, the topic is very interesting when we call of competitive future. According to me, the very meaning of competitive future means at what price we can offer energy. That's the starting point. Because developed world can afford to talk about at what price they offer. But for a developing world, and particularly for India, it is very important at what price we can offer it. And particularly with this kind of our United States taking a lead, coming out of the Paris Agreement and talking about fossil fuel to pump and more, at what price the fuel is going to be, fossil fuel is going to be available. If it is available at $40, $30, what will be the future of green energy that has to be talked about? It cannot be missed. Green hydrogen, all subsidies have been withdrawn. Now, in light of this, the beauty lies that for India particularly, it is not a question of at what price we need energy. Equally important, that is energy security for the country. What Dr. Bandyopadhyay talked about, that we import 85% of our energy. Therefore, our scenario for energy is totally different than what we talk about Europe and United States and the developed world. In this context, I am going to talk to you what should be the right approach, what is the right pathway for India to talk about. And you will be very glad to know that out of G20 nations, India is the first nation to achieve all goals of the Paris Agreement. We are dot on line. It means with kind of energy mix, we have been able to achieve all goals about it. We have already set a target of 2070 to be carbon neutral. Immediate target of by 2030, renewable energy target 500 gigawatt, though looks very optimistic, but it is better to keep a target, and we have already achieved more than 200 gigawatt against that. 5 million tons of green hydrogen, though it's a very challenging target, but achievable, particularly in light of all sector companies are setting up green hydrogen facility to achieve this target. And this has to be done year by year. We are the third largest fuel consuming or energy consuming country today, because the accelerated growth of energy what needs for the development is the indicator of energy consumption. But the beauty is that we are committed to green energy. Innovations and the climate action, they are the core of our entire energy landscape. What energy push? We have been trying to take out energy from solar, wind, green hydrogen, electric vehicles, energy storage, and almost around 10 billion mark annually we are making investment in this sector. Solar rooftop, around 2 billion we have already invested till 2015. Wind energy companies got a windfall that there have been a lot of equity participation in those companies in the wind. It means the wind has started also taking place, wind energy. And green hydrogen, though with lot of incentive by the government of India, with PLIs and even the tariff structure and tariff incentive, it's a big question mark. What is going to be the future of green hydrogen? I am particularly being quite involved, my company fully involved in this, but I have a question mark, or I am not very optimistic about its development. And it should not be what I am going to present it to you today. Solar energy, with the visionary leadership of our Prime Minister, with Solar Alliance, National Solar Mission, and we have been able to achieve the target not only with respect to the generation of solar power, with respect to the storage, as well as with respect to the International Solar Alliance. All this put together brought our country on a very fast trajectory of a 36% annual growth in this sector. We are blessed with location-wise, geographical-wise, the best location to produce solar power. And here, from 2 gigawatt of PV cells, today we have achieved 70, and that too of very high efficiencies, which were not done before. Stand today with regard to green hydrogen. With liberal PLIs, with liberal kind of tax incentive, including a carbon tariff, we have not produced a single kilo of green hydrogen till today. It is a very, very important question for all the participants to talk about. Though we have government has set a target of 5 million tons of green hydrogen. To me, what are the reasonable, you all know, cost of production is still prohibitive. Technological challenges in production, storage, and transportation due to the basic nature of the molecule of green hydrogen. Technology are fast changing. You have an electrolyzer today, tomorrow it is a membrane-less electrolyzer. Who is going to invest money? You tell me. Even the standards within the country are not finalized yet. Safety is a big concern. Even if one accident in any location in the petrol pump, if we use it, it could lose the entire confidence of the public. MSME penetration in green hydrogen is almost zero. No one has talked about. Ecosystem of green hydrogen is not there. Or let's call it ecosystem of utilization of hydrogen is not there in the country. Electrolyzers are not available. Storage technology are not available. Storage tank technology are not available. Testing and accreditation centers are not available. Off-take arrangements are not available. And applications, particularly how to use hydrogen, is not available. Bankable projects. You take a project to the bank because due to economic viability, due to your market tie-up, the banks don't finance. Therefore, due to these reasons, the hydrogen is not picking up. And according to me, this is not the right fuel to go for, particularly for India. Importance of MSME, according to me, to create an ecosystem for green hydrogen is a must, which is totally missing. It contributes 36% to our GDP, MSME, 50% of our exports, 110 million employment, support rural development, play an important role in economic resilience and self-reliance. This sector needs to be introduced to create an ecosystem for utilization of green hydrogen. Pertinent question arises, is the right green hydrogen the right choice to start within India to push so much? Huge amount of money in PLIs we have poured in. In where? In production, storage, and transportation. According to me, this money should have been utilized to create ecosystem for the hydrogen through MSME, through accreditation centers, through training and capacity building, through standards, this kind of, and particularly R&D, so that India could be a technology supplier. Let them produce green hydrogen in Europe and United States. Why we are pushing for that? I don't understand till today. Technology are not there. A rationale for a high bioenergy. That's the right pathway for India to go for bioenergy. When I talk of bioenergy, bioethanol and compressed biogas. India is a 60% agriculture-based economy. Renewable with a 500 million tons of renewable fuels available in the country on a year-by-year basis. How much compressed biogas you can generate? From ethanol, all local technologies, up to E10, E20, up to E20 available material to produce ferment, to produce ethanols are available. And that too touching, more than that you attempt, you are going for the food, from the broken rice and the wheat. Therefore, the right way to start this is to go for a dent corn production in the country, like United States, Brazil, and Argentina, they are doing it. So that ethanol production can start in a big way by setting up biorefineries of the order of 1500 KLPDs. This is a need of the hour for the country. And from bioethanol, you can become one of the largest hub for making SAF. And from SAF, because for making SAF you need bioethylene. And from bioethylene you can go for green petrochemicals. So this is the entire route from which the country could prosper and lead towards energy security as well as the decarbonization. I am giving you for food for thought, because you know everything about green hydrogen, you know about everything. But whatever our country needs today, right pathway for India is the bioenergy and bioethanol, because it is a technology available to produce ethanol. 1G, 1.G, 2G, these technology are all available. And this will change the shape of our rural India. Then I am very optimistic what mentioned about future, my previous speaker, what happened in future. That is the modular nuclear fusion reactors. This is not I can tell you, nuclear energy is not untouchable. Is the right thing, particularly for the fusion energy, the raw material, your thorium is available in abundance. This is the area we are highly, highly advanced in nuclear energy. And we are also a part of one of the biggest in the southern France, ITER, they call it, where 30 countries are joined together to produce a fusion reactor of 500 megawatt to be completed by 2039 to 40. And this is the area which our country should take a lead and to become not only a supplier of clean energy, but to be a technology supplier to the entire world. And you believe me, it is possible. Though there are technological challenges, undoubtedly, because the kind of the millions of degree of the temperature what has to be achieved to create any kind of a material thorium into a state of plasma at that temperature, to split it to remain stable into electrons and protons, is a challenge, but it has been already done because more than 30 reactors are already working worldwide. So to conclude, I will not take more time. Just to conclude, there are two ways, the right pathway for India, particularly for our agro-based economy and the kind of conditions of the soil as well as the climatic condition, we can grow enough amount of dead corn to produce ethanol, and from ethanol chemistry, you can make all chemicals out of it, you can make petrochemicals out of it, you can run your cars out of it, and you can achieve your decarbonization. And then is the nuclear, because Indians have achieved now our country with our nuclear reactors, we can achieve it much faster than, according to me, green hydrogen. Thank